Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Hey, it's me, the Curator. Today I'm bringing you Chapter 3 of the Fandago campaign. It's called Welcome to the Cosmic Rangers. It's going to be taking place in 2156. Matthew's about 18-ish years old, and he's joining the military. Yay! He's starting his revenge story. So, that's what this story will be. It's kind of a little bit about his training, and the next chapter will be about his graduation. So, if you're ready, let's dive into this. If not, well, feel free to pause because I'm going to continue into this. Alrighty. Chapter 3. Welcome to the Cosmic Rangers. 0600 hours, May 20th, 2156. Fek at the Hague Base, Sidoria. It's been about 2 years since I was rescued, and my life is still on track to join the military. I joined the Cosmic Rangers. Now I sit in class with David, Amy, Kristen, and her boyfriend. We all sat together amongst many other recruits, all gathered around in a large mammoth-sized room. At the end of the room, there was a large chalkboard that said, "Welcome to the Cosmic Rangers." The door on the side swung open, and a man walked inside.
"Good morning, recruits,"
said a man walking inside. He was tall and strong-looking for a man.
Good morning, sir.
We all responded.
"Good. My name is Jorge Estevez. I'll be one of your leaders from here on out. Each one of you will be broken down from the people you once were. You will no longer be some civilian shit stains. You will all be Cosmic Ranger shit stains. Understand?"
Yes, sir, we replied.
Now I am your teacher for history and strategies. Gunnery Sergeant Avery J. Thompson is your drill leader. Today we'll mold you into the space Spartans of this generation. You can quit. You'll be discharged and sent back to a desk job. Now, those who are brave enough and strong enough will make it in this program. Those who are weak, stupid, and cowardly will be crushed by this program's sheer brutality. Now, to break you in, Thompson will take you on your first drill. This will give you an idea of where you stand, said Estevez.
The man who was introduced as Thompson walked over to Jorge. Thompson was fairly tall, standing around 6'2" or 6'3". He appeared very physically strong and wore a very spotless uniform, and began to shout his next order.
"Alright. Now get up! Exit to the left door! Head out to the field and prepare for your training!"
Everybody stood up and left in a kind of disorderly manner, not all together at once. This pissed off the drill instructor.
"Everyone get back! We will do this correctly!"
And everybody sheepishly went back to their seats.
"Now, first row you leave first, second then second, then third go next, fourth and so on. You may only leave when the last man leaves in the previous row. Is that understood?"
shouted the drill instructor.
Yes, sir.
Everybody shouted in unison. Thompson had a strong, booming, and very raspy voice. He seems like a man who could sing an entire concert without a microphone, and no one would even know what he's singing.
"When you reply to your drill sergeant, you will respond to each and every one of his commands with yes, drill sergeant, no, drill sergeant, I, drill sergeant. Is that understood?"
Yes, drill sergeant.
We all shouted in unison, and then we all stood up and left, row by row, until we all got outside. In the distance, there was a large obstacle course where Thompson was standing in front of.
"When it comes to obstacle courses, it is to prepare you for getting through difficult terrain, and it prepares you to traverse areas most civilians wouldn't want to travel through. Now, pair up in teams of 2, you'll complete this together. Now go pair up, male and male, girl to girl, no mixing,"
said the drill sergeant. David came to me, and with a nod, we both knew we were going to be doing this together for the obstacle course. I would rather work with David at this moment. He's the only one I feel like I could trust and could physically keep up to me. I stand about a head taller than David now, around 5'11". I noticed how much we've changed. No longer are we these lean teenage boys, but now we're men, shaped by what we've endured. I feel a surge of determination whatever comes next. I know I can handle this training. But still, I can't help but wonder though, is it enough? I really want to prove myself, but there's a sliver of doubt that lingers.
"Now that you have your partners, get in line, stand side by side with your partner.
said Thompson. We stood side by side in a line before Thompson shouted,
Go!
before the first pair took off running forward. Then the next crew ran, and then David and I followed them. The first challenge was climbing over a 7-foot wall. I jumped up first and pulled myself over and stood at the top. I reached down and helped David climb up, who was struggling to pull his feet up. We continued to do a tire run, right foot, left foot, fast steps through the rubber tires. I tripped up and slammed into the tires, but I pushed myself to get up quickly. Next came the rope swing. I built up some speed and grabbed the rope and swung across the little mud pit. Landing, I did a little brake fall to lessen the impact. Then I jumped up and continued racing the others, leaping over more obstacles. We passed the second pair and caught up to Ramirez and Rosa, the first ones. I almost made it, but they passed the finish line just before I did. When I did, I was stopping, kicking up some dirt as I did. The others came through and I was waiting for David to catch up. Private Noble, do you understand the point of this exercise? You don't leave your partner behind, said Sergeant Silva.
Ah, shit! Fuck!
I realized my mistake and began running back along the obstacle course to find David. I passed many other recruits as they neared the end of the O course. I climbed over the obstacles, dropped down and army crawled, and spotted David. He was all muddied and attempting to do the rope swing again. I left him behind. That feeling hit me hard. I was so focused on getting through the obstacle course, being the first one, I forgot what mattered. Regret gripped me as I realized this wasn't just about me finishing fast. It was about finishing together. Why did I lose sight of that in that moment?
Come on, David, you got this.
I shouted. He tried again, did a running start and grabbed the rope. He swung, and he got through. He tripped on the ledge, but he was across. I ran over, grabbed his arm, and picked him up. Come on, buddy. We need to get through. We need to get to that finish line, I said. I kept pace with him. He was slower, but I continued to support him along the way. We reached the group at the end of the line. Both of us were out of breath, but we made it.
Get it, Noble! Get it, Black! Front and center now!
We walked over and snapped to attention.
Since you slackers decided to break the #1 rule of the military and came in last, you won't be getting anything for the mess hall. Am I clear?
Yes, Drill Sergeant.
We shouted in unison. After everyone else finished, the whole company went back to the barracks. I tried to apologize to David, but he wouldn't hear it and walked away from me. The sting of his rejection weighed on me. I understood now that I betrayed his trust. I chased the glory and felt shallow compared to the cost. I lagged behind, my mind replaying what happened. The drill sergeant dismissed us, and I walked back with the group. Kyle joined me, but I couldn't shake the heaviness of this single mistake that I brought with me. You know, Matt, we could just take this as a learning moment for you to get better. You know, maybe it's not right now the opportunity to try to apologize, but maybe he's willing to try to talk to you. You guys are still friends, you know? Just next time, do better. Yeah, I know. He deserves some kind of apology. Maybe not at the moment because it's still kind of raw, I said. Kyle nodded in agreement. Yeah, you did do kind of dirty with that, bro. He chuckled. Not helping. Listen, it just takes time, man. You know, we're still kind of new to this stuff, so we're gonna be making some kind of mistake in some kind of a fashion. Shit. I'm sure I'll die first in paintball training or some other kind of training when we use guns, said Kyle. For the rest of the day, Devin didn't really want to speak to me, but I also didn't really try too much either. Instead, I went about my business and focused on my goals. I can't lose sight of what I want. Later that day, we sat in the classroom for hours learning of history, studying the AVE-219 virus. It ravaged the world many years ago and killed 2 billion people. I remember when my mom told me the story. Supposedly her grandfather, or well, my great-grandfather, was involved. He belonged to some specialized group tasked with finding the cure in some underground city somewhere in Russia. Honestly, I don't know much about Russia. I don't even know exactly what happened or when. It's just been a long time since I heard her tell that story. And in the latter half of the day, we were stuck in the barracks, talking amongst ourselves. Kristen found me. Something wrong, Matt? No, not at all. Just thinking about things. About what? Just remembering the story my mom used to tell me when I was a kid about my great-grandfather. What'd she tell you? She said my great-grandfather, Joel Allen, was a man who helped save the world in some fashion, being among 200 or so guys that were sent down in that little underground city looking for that cure we were learning about today. I don't remember very many of the details, but it's been a long time since I was told about it. I paused for a moment and lowered my voice in sadness. Especially now, I replied. Yeah, it's hard on all of us, at least those who were involved. Is there anything I could do for you, Matt? Do you need help with something? Did you want to talk about it? No, I'd rather not talk about it. Nothing good comes from wallowing or living in those moments. All it'll do is make me depressed and upset. I was like that for the last few years. Now I'm getting to where I want to be. I'm gonna let those memories rest in peace, knowing that I helped bring down those people who put them to rest early. I paused for a moment and read her expression. She looked a little worried by my response. Don't worry. I'll be fine. They've taken a lot from me, and I'll get back at them for it. I wanted to. They took a lot from everybody, she said. Cadet CJ walked over to us. He must have been listening to the conversation. Sounds like you got a bit of a death wish, friend. First, you leave your friend behind in training. Strike one for not being a good Cosmic Ranger. Now here you are, sounding like a maniac? You gotta be kidding me. I wasn't looking for everyone's opinion, I replied. Yeah? Well, you got it, dude. So what are you gonna do about it? Ignore you. You're not worth it. You're right, I'm not. Frankly, I couldn't give a shit whether you think I'm worth it or not. Honestly, I think you're just gonna be a washout. You have all this drive and motivation, try to crush some enemy for doing something against you, but it's always the most compassionate that fall the hardest, said CJ. In fact, a large sum of the group thinks you're a bit of a creep. If everybody lost everything within a few days of each other, not very many of us are going to be all bright rays of sunshine afterwards, I replied. Don't you have somewhere else to be, CJ? Said Kristen. I'm just poking and prodding the kid. Goodness gracious, are you his mother? Said CJ. Just leave me be, man. I have no beef with you. I don't really want to talk to you right now. Just leave me be so we can pass the time. I stood up. Whatever, man, said CJ. I was just trying to look out for you. Don't need to end up dead because you're fucking stupid. I didn't reply to CJ. He doesn't deserve a reply. But I do need to talk to David. Not saying anything's eating away at me. So I got up and looked around for him. And found him shaving his stubble within the barracks' bathroom. It was pretty bare already. Shaving your peach fuzz, huh? I said in a joking manner. Yeah, peach fuzz, he replied sarcastically. Look, man, I wanted to say sorry about what happened today. It was pretty shitty of me to leave you in the dust. Next time, I'll try to make sure I can keep pace with you. It's not a big deal, man. Shit. I barely even tried anyways. Had to make your dumbass look like a fool more than me for being slow, he said and smiled. Bastard, I said jokingly. I paused for a little bit before raising my hand up for a dap. Let's kick ass in training, bud. You and me. Fuck yeah, David said. He set down the razor, and we did a big dap up and clapping our hands together. Well, sorry to done break the mood, but this is the end of this chapter. I know, very short, but hey, it's just training, Graduation will eventually come out. They all become big boys and they get to go fight the war. So, here we are. This is the end. Chapter 3, down and over with. Not as action-packed as maybe 1 or 2, but hey, it's a chapter. Not every chapter is going to be all action-packed. We got a little bit of a, what do you want to say, sort of mix it up, you know. I don't want it to be all straight action. It'll kind of numb you to the whole thing, and not every moment will be quite as impactful as they want it to be, or as I want it to be. So here's to you. You have a good rest of your night, good evening, good afternoon, good night, or good morning. Y'all have a positive rest of your day, and God bless you.